For School District 5, I'm Barrett Isbell, and this week is Psychology Awareness Week. Most of you probably didn't even know we had a week designated for our school psychologists, or what they even do in our schools. My job this week is to help you understand a little bit more about what they do, the help they provide for the students and the teachers, as well as the administrators in our district. We're going to start off by talking to Dr. Gail Elmore, School Psychologist at Academy for Success and Spring Hill High School. Let's check out what she had to say about school psychology, as well as how she can help students and teachers on a daily basis.
As school psychologists, we're specially trained to work in schools, so we have to take education courses, we have to take consultation courses. We understand both the big picture, meaning the school dynamics, but we also understand the teaching dynamics, and that we also understand the psychology of the student. I work with students' behaviors. I work with teachers and helping them to motivate kids to want to learn or to modify their behavior so that they can learn, possibly to increase their paying attention, or maybe with helping teachers to modify their instruction process or to provide accommodations for kids. If a student is having a lot of problems paying attention, and that I would work with the teacher about maybe providing some breaks for that kid when the kid is starting to lose focus or redirect in a way that is private so that the child doesn't feel singled out. So maybe just some nonverbal redirections and things like that. Sometimes when we go in and do an observation, we can see things that teachers haven't noticed. Maybe they don't notice the impact of another student on that child, or for some students that have trouble paying attention, they aren't acting out, teachers may not notice that that the student's not necessarily paying attention. The other thing is that I think we can develop a perception of a student, and we also have kind of a confirmation bias that we see, oh yes, there they are doing that again. And so we might see that maybe every other day or so, but we don't necessarily see the other things that they're doing that are appropriate. And so having somebody else to be able to point out, well, 75% of the time they are paying attention. It's that other 25% we need to work on. So it is helpful to have somebody else. I think so. I think because they're afraid or might be concerned that we're going to come in and criticize their teaching, or maybe report them to an administrator or something, and that's not what we're there for. We're there to help, we're there to support, and I see so many great things when I go into classrooms. I try always to come back and say, these are the great things I saw. And I'll send an email to a teacher and say, I really like that you did this. That seemed to be something that really worked well for that child. So a lot of times they're already doing really good things. They might just need to do a little bit more of that. Every child is different, and you learn from every child. Every child teaches you just as much as you teach them, and you sometimes have to let that child teach you about them and be open to that. I think it's easier. It's hard when you have a classroom full of students to get to know each student's learning style individually. I think most teachers do a really good job of that, but I think that would be the main thing, is to remember that each child is individual, and they don't all come with the same history and with the same background, and different kids have different needs.